Good Saturday morning, I'm Jaden Jefferson, and this is Toledo News This Morning. Here are some stories from our area and across the state from this week. 1,300 jobs at Toledo Jeep and its suppliers in our area are being permanently slashed, according to the county. And there are resources available for those workers who may be impacted. The county's website has information on those workforce development resources. And at 3737 West Sylvania Avenue, those resources can be accessed in person. There will also be an informational session on Tuesday for affected workers. It's fall, of course, and part of that includes leaf pickup across the city of Toledo. But say you didn't get your leaves out. What are your options? The city says you have a few. One of those things can be composting those leaves, putting them in your gray trash bin, or dropping them off at any of these free drop-off locations. So don't worry, if your leaves didn't get picked up or you missed the deadline, there are some options for you, and you can have those leaves taken care of. But one thing you should not do is put them in the street, because that can clog the drains. The Lucas County Land Bank says through assessments made by its team, 24 church buildings in the city of Toledo have been identified as, quote, immediate risk. And that is due to the fact that the roof is maybe caving in or the building is partially collapsing. The Land Bank says that these churches were built between the years of 1870 and 1936. This week, Ohio Governor Mike DeWine and Department of Development Director Lydia Mahalik met with officials from Ukraine's Kharkiv Oblast region, which has been heavily affected by the ongoing Russia-Ukraine war. This meeting, according to the governor's office, was to strengthen the partnership between Ohio and Kharkiv Oblast. Opening today at the Toledo Museum of Art, a new exhibit, Strategic Interplay, African Art and Imagery in Black and White. The museum says this exhibit explores the connection between African art and the game of chess. To learn more about the exhibit, visit the museum's website. Happening on Monday, the University of Toledo is hosting its 20th annual Veterans Appreciation Breakfast and Resource Fair. This free event runs from 8 a.m. to 11 a.m. at Savage Arena. There will be guest speakers as well as resources. November is Diabetes Awareness Month, and according to the YMCA of Greater Toledo, there are some simple things that we can all do to improve our health and stay healthy over time. One of the first things to look at, physical activity. Obviously, a lot of us are busy during the week and may not have the time to get physical, but the YMCA says about 150 minutes per week is a good amount to shoot for. Another thing, your water intake. A lot of people don't get enough water depending on their job and may not have the time to stop, get that water, and continue with their day and refill. So definitely look at your water intake and try to increase that. One other thing is, of course, your nutrition. Fruits and vegetables, we've all heard that advice since we were kids, on top of just eating more whole grains as well. On Election Day here in Ohio, there were two big newsmakers. U.S. Senator Sherrod Brown lost his re-election bid to Bernie Moreno, a Republican who was endorsed by former President Trump. And Issue 1, an effort to change how the state draws its state house and Senate districts, failed. I'll be discussing the former Sunday on Community Focus with Dr. Melissa Miller, Professor of Political Science at BGSU. But for now, this has been this week's Toledo News This Morning. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow for that.